All right. So many have asked me what I think is going to happen in the CONMEBOL qualifiers after all the videos that I've been able to do with my special guests analyzing each team in the CONMEBOL region. So I guess it's my turn to kind of tell y'all what I think and how I think the table will end up in 2025, 2026, right before the 2026 World Cup. 1 and 2 is pretty easy. I think number 1 is going to be Argentina, to be honest with y'all. I think now that they've gotten, they've won the World Cup, they won the Finalísima, they've won the Copa America. I think they have no stress on their back. They're pretty much playing for fun, and that's why I think they're number 1. Number 2 is going to be Brazil, and the reason why is pretty much because of the interim coach. They're going to have 1 year with an interim coach, Fernando Denis, and I think that it may affect a little bit, on top of the fact that they have many players right now that are out, that, are aging. So that's why they're number 2 to me. Number 3 is Uruguay. Uruguay got third last campaign as well, even though they didn't do great. But this time, they got Marcelo Bielsa. And to be honest with y'all, I said it in one of the videos that I spoke to. I said, having Marcelo Bielsa in Uruguay, it can go either one of two ways, right? It's going to go crazy good, or it's just not going to go good. But I'm going towards it's going to go crazy good, because that team just seems to be built for him. The style of play, the way he manages, that gara charrua. So I'm thinking Uruguay third. Fourth, I'm thinking Colombia. I've said it before. I think Colombia on paper has, some of the most talent in CONMEBOL. However, last campaign they didn't get it done. This campaign, I'm thinking, under Nestor Lozano, who was the assistant coach under Peckerman, which I also said was one of their best periods in Colombian football. I think they can get it done. At least, fourth place. Fifth place, I'm going to say it's going to go to Ecuador. Ecuador is another team with a lot of talent. I think that the only reason I put them in fifth is because they start with -3 points. I also have some question marks in regards to their new coach and how he may fare. But the talent is there. They should at least, I think, get fifth. Sixth place, I'm going to go with Peru. Again, this is my team that I have doubts about. But the reason why I put them in sixth is because in the last 2 campaigns, regardless, yes, they were working under Gareca, which is a different type of manager, but they've been fighting for that, 5th, 6th, 4th through 6th spot. So I'm thinking that they can make it to the 6th spot at least. I know this is, a new start, some new players coming in, new manager, Reynoso. And yes, there's another team that I have a lot of question marks about, but hopefully they'll be answered today, the beginning of the CONMEBOL qualifiers. But I think they could do 6th. That 7th spot. For me, it was a toss-up between Paraguay and Chile, but I think Paraguay edges them, because I think Paraguay has the talent, and I think that although I have question marks about Berizzo as well, I just see them edging Chile right now, and I'll tell you why. Chile in 8th. Why? The squad. The squad's an aging squad. If they couldn't do it for the 2018 World Cup, when they had their their golden generation at top level, best clubs and all that, and then they couldn't do it for 2022, I just don't see how they can do it now. I just don't see it. But yet still they are, the quality that they have is still better than some of the smaller teams. In 9th, Venezuela. Venezuela, to me, it comes down to the fact that their federation hasn't kind of let them finish out a process. The talent, I think there is talent there, but the fact that the process, they don't have a complete one, right? Since Dudamel, there hasn't been one. I had some hopes when Peckerman was appointed as coach, but he obviously is not there anymore. So I think because of that, they're in 9th and they still won't make it to a World Cup. And in 10th, Bolivia. Why? I think right now with the situation going on in Bolivia that they had to, cancel their season, and the majority of their players playing in Bolivia, it's just not going to help. 1, 2, they simply just don't know how to get it done away from home. And 3, at home, I think a lot of teams have started to, get the better of them. Just look at Argentina last campaign. They got it done there. So I think that's my table. Just to resume, Argentina 1, Brazil 2, Uruguay 3, Colombia 4, Ecuador 5, Peru 6, Paraguay 7, Chile 8, Venezuela 9, Bolivia 10. That's what I think. Let me know what y'all think, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.